Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Family Adventure. I'm Trent.
And I'm Siobhan.
And today we're going to be giving you a campus tour of where we live.
Yes, we've been here for, I don't know, over 6 months now. And then before that, we did a DTS here last fall, so 2 falls ago. And we just have never gotten to give you guys a chance to see where we are and what the campus looks like. And I know there's a lot of people that are out there in YouTube land just searching and wondering if they want to come do a DTS here and they don't know what it looks like. And so we're going to give you guys a tour so you can see what the base looks like and what all we have to offer here.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. So we are coming up on the entrance of the school. We have a gate at the front that kind of just, it doesn't keep people out. There's a lot of people that come on campus, they walk up on campus and we'll do, we have community meetings and stuff several times a week. So.
Well, and there are students here, so we want to make sure safety is important.
Yeah.
We have 2 main buildings right by the gate, and if you can hear, there's some worship going on in one of the DTSs right now.
Yeah,
right over
so
there.
Probably hear as we walk by here. Right there.
Yes. That, I believe, is the Crossroads DTS. A lot of people who do that are families, older people, people who are technically just what they call in a crossroads of life. So it's awesome and it's perfect. But there's also younger families in there too that have kids, so.
Nice.
And that's not somebody mad.
Somebody's just honking at Mama D.
Saying hi to Mama D. Over there is the, what do we call that area? That's the health area where they do a lot of the medical.
The CC, no, I don't know.
CCHC.
Something like that.
Oh, they also have End Bible Poverty there. And they have,
yeah, so if you guys saw back in the fall, we were taking the kids a couple times a week and going and duplicating Bibles on SD cards.
Yes.
And so that was all done in that building right over there.
It's really sunny here, by the way. It's Hawaii.
Ooh, it's so hot already. It's 9 o'clock in the morning and I am sweating.
Okay, this is the new thing that they just put in, the new tent. I believe that's called the Awaken DTS this quarter. They got about 100 students in there and it's really just engaging and fun.
And as you can tell, all classes started, so everybody's doing worship right now. So that's what's going on over there. And over here we have...
Oh, yeah, they call this the glory stairs because they're so huge that by the time you get to the top, you gotta say glory. Because it takes you right away.
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the top?
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
All right, here we go, ready, let's go.
You're not there yet.
We've still got a little ways to go, but I have to stop and say, right here is called the IKDTS. IKDTS stands for the International Korean DTS. You want to tell them about that?
Discipleship Training School.
Yes.
So we have, I don't know, close to 200?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest
seems like,
schools
and they
here.
run every quarter.
Yeah.
They run every quarter. There's 4 quarters in the year. And so I think it's one of the biggest Korean missionary bases in the world. This is where they send people to be trained for missions.
It's just electric. One of the biggest Korean missionary bases in the US. And so it's great, perfectly positioned in the middle of the Pacific Ocean because it bridges the continents, which is awesome. Okay, we have some more of the glory stairs to go.
You did it!
It's a lot. It is. You'll sweat every single time going up those stairs. There's a drive, obviously, that goes around this building.
But nobody here has cars.
Yeah. So now we are in what's called the Go Center. This is one of the largest housing facilities, but it's mainly here for
guests.
Guests. Yeah, it's like a hotel almost. But it also has one of the premier areas that is of meeting here on the campus called the prayer room. It's a 24 hours, 24/7 open prayer room, and that's really cool. So we've been doing a lot of live worship in there. Yeah, we should, for sure.
Gotta be quiet.
Gotta be really quiet.
And there's Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
Okay, let's go do it.
All right, here we go into the prayer room. You gotta be quiet because there's 24-hour prayer that happens here. So most likely there's at least one person in here praying right now.
They could be doing contending morning too. Oh no, they're not. You can talk a little bit.
Okay, here we go. This is always a place where you can be really quiet and have quiet time with the Lord. And there is one person in here praying. So, this is where you can come and have quiet prayer moments with the Lord. Some people like to study upstairs, especially the Bible students. But also, several times a day, there are prayer and intercession sets going on in here where you have 100 or more people that are praying with all their might. And so it can actually get really noisy in here at times. Should we go this way?
Yeah. Okay, I think we're going to take you quickly upstairs because this is where we did the School of Worship, which isn't running this quarter. And look at this gorgeous view behind us. As
You
we
gotta
come
see the
around.
view.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
beautiful. This is Hawaii, right? If
This
you
is
guys
where
can
we
see
live. It's hard work, but the views are amazing, so they kind of make up for it.
that. Yeah. So, okay, we're coming up to the upstairs. I believe there's another DTS happening in the classroom that we used.
So we might just try to peek in really quick.
But we crammed about 45 people in this room.
So I sat there,
그리고 주님이 앉으시도록 의자를 빼드렸어요.
and I pulled out a chair for the Lord.
정말 주님이 저랑 같이 있다는 느낌이 조금
And that is called Restorers DTS, which is a really cool program with lots of our good friends in there. And okay,
Now we head back down.
yeah.
Okay, from here we're going to take you guys to the main focal point of campus. It's one of the first things that you see when you enter onto the campus, and that is our flags and our fountains. And so let's go check it out. Hopefully we're far enough away from the fountains that
Yeah.
you don't have a crashing fountain sound.
They can be loud, but it's beautiful.
But, so these are our flags, and I kind of want to explain why the flags. What do they mean? Obviously, there's not enough to represent every nation, and that's because they represent every nation of the students that are here on the campus right now this quarter. So there's a flag for every student from every different nation. So if you see some of the ones here in the circle right now, you'll know that that nation is represented here on our campus at this moment.
Yeah,
I think that's
really cool.
so cool.
And this is the first place you come to, and so usually this is drop off, guest receiving. It's first time students come here and they do what's called a Hawaiian protocol, where the Hawaiian people come and bless them to be here on their land. It's really awesome, and it's honoring to
The culture.
to the culture here to celebrate the Hawaiian heritage. So, and if you can see out in the distance, let's turn around. It's like a Trent Siobhan 360. Remember those?
It's like a 180. There we go.
If you can see out in the distance here, I'll let Siobhan tell you what's behind you so I can make sure that it's there. Oh yeah.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Hualalai?
Uh-huh.
That's a volcano.
That
we live
is-
on a volcano, and it's actually one of the volcanoes that they are expecting to erupt anytime now because it's actually overdue for an eruption, but it's not showing any signs of erupting
It has no contraction.
in the really near future.
Yeah.
but as soon as it does start showing signs, we'll let you guys know because it's bound to be exciting.
Yes, oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna take you guys next to our cafe.
So this is the central point of everything social on campus.
Hangout central,
this is
yeah.
where everybody hangs out. This is where you'll find people when they're in between classes.
Oh, it's so bright right here.
And it's really bright, but we have these nice sunshades, which is nice. So if you're actually sitting down having a coffee or whatever, there's some nice shady spots. But if you'll come and check it out with us, I'll show you something else that goes on here at the Banyan Tree Cafe. This is the inside of the cafe, and we would show you how they make drinks and things like that here.
They make such good drinks here, but the line is crazy.
Which means that there's a class that's not quite in session yet this morning.
Or a lot of students just skipping class, because it's like a college, and what do you expect, right? All right, we're gonna take you outside here and show you what Siobhan was about to tell you, some of the really cool stuff that even we are doing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is tonight actually. We're filming, it's Friday, and it's gonna be tonight. This area is where we're gonna have, you know, a good big crowd of people tonight, and we host an open mic night.
Open mic night.
So it's super fun. Again, it's a social thing. It's not like super spiritual, just to allow the students to have some fun and get to know each other. And there's a lot of people that come, and there's a lot of great talent that comes out too, which I love to see.
I especially love it when people like share their original songs and things like that too. So we'll see tonight if we have any new people that we've not met yet.
Right. Okay, so we'll continue on to one of the places that our little boys love to hang out with, and you might also see, if I can point out here, we'll just kind of turn around like this. Over here is their elementary school right there on the bottom floor.
That's right.
And we'll
right
go
in
on the
that
other
building
side
over
of
there.
that.
So over here at the Banyan Tree Cafe is the pirate ship in the banyan tree. This is why
so cool.
It's called the Banyan Tree Cafe, is because there are two massive banyan trees right here. There's one here and one over that way. And this is where our boys like to come and play while we're sitting and having a coffee. It's a really nice thing for parents to be able to have conversations and meet with people while their kids have a place to play. Oh, and this is one thing we can talk about too. Right here is a fig tree, and you will notice all around base, pretty much everywhere we walk, there's lots of vegetation, and it's all just like, it just grows without any care. And a lot of that are fruit trees. And so here at the banyan tree, there's figs, and there's star fruit, and there's tangerines and limes and all kinds of stuff, and that stuff is all over campus. And so sometimes when we need fruit or just a quick lime or something, I just go out and grab it.
She got some. She's gonna try to get one. Let me get it.
Did you get it?
I did. Got a fig.
It's a nice little fig. I'm gonna break it open right now.
Okay. So if you guys remember, we were telling you about the flags. So the flags are like campus central, and it is a roundabout too as you drive in, but it also kind of directs where to go in the campus. It's a really big campus, and so you can go to the right and head down towards the Ohana Court where we gather, or you can head to the left and head up to the cafeteria where all the food is served. What you'll see a lot at this point is a lot of housing and dormitories.
So right over to the side we have a dormitory, and there's a mailroom, and right in front of us is the Innovision Studio in the library. And so Innovision is actually a film studio here on campus. They also do audio things there too, but it's mostly film projects. There's been some pretty major film projects that have come out of there, like Lost Kites.
Lost Kites. And there's a new documentary that's going to be done on the history of missionaries in Hawaii. So that's...
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Really
We've already
cool.
seen a trailer for it.
I didn't tell you.
It looks so good.
Jeff showed me some footage yesterday. It's really cool.
Trent worked in there for part of his work duty when we were in DTS. So.
Yeah, and so I got to know those guys really well.
Now we're gonna head further uphill by the way, if I didn't mention it, we live on a volcano. And so everything is further uphill. We're gonna head further up the mountain, Mauka, as we call it in the islands, Mauka. And if you go down the island, it's Makai, towards the ocean. We're gonna head further up to Mauka. This building right here you just saw while we were at the banyan tree, that is a dormitory, and also the bottom level is our kids' school. It's called Waiaha, and it's a parent-led primary school. So it's kind of like a full-time homeschool co-op.
Yeah.
Really. What do we have here?
This is our building. This is also dormitories and private housing. So there's a lot of families here, newlyweds, and then there's just a few dormitories with girls in them also.
And actually, we are going to give you a tour of our apartment on another day, so just keep an eye out for that. Hopefully it's coming soon.
Yeah. And this is also the building that I'm managing this quarter, so I've got a lot of work to do, just, you know,
it's an old building. It's an old building, so there's often, you know, weird electrical issues.
Well, and there's 2 rooms that we're completely renovating, so I'm keeping track of the maintenance teams and making sure people can get moved in at the right time.
Thankfully, on a campus where there's so many students, one of the values of YWAM is that everybody cooperates and works together to make the campus beautiful. And so every day there's work duty students who come and help us manage the building as part of their contribution to the campus.
Yeah. Okay, we stopped right here, right in front of our building, because this is another very iconic area in the YWAM base called...
This is the Ark Park, and this is where all of our kids come to play. And maybe you'll notice that we're literally standing right outside of our dormitory, which is exciting because we can send the kids off to play at the Ark Park, and it's literally right here, and I can look out the window and find them playing. And it's called the Ark Park because there's like a little Noah's Ark over here and some fun like bridge and climbing things, climbing walls and slides. And usually after school every day there's probably like 50 kids in this park because families just come out and they play with their kids. You often will see moms and dads playing with their little ones, and that's amazing. I mean, I love that. I feel like just back in the mainland, in normal everyday life, I rarely saw parents and their kids playing at parks anymore. But here, it's just family is a value. And so you often will see tons of families playing with their kids.
Okay.
So here we are. This
multi-purpose.
This is the multi-purpose room. This is called the Ohana Court, Ohana meaning family. And this is where our whole Ohana, or family, gathers many times a week.
For assembly, yeah. Worship center, like a
worship center.
Yeah, a meeting place. We've got full LED screen and band stuff up there, all broadcast television stuff, sweet in here. And it's a gymnasium when it's
right. So there's often basketball tournaments and skate nights.
Skate nights are cool. They do swing dancing here on the weekends.
Isn't
sometimes.
That tonight? Skate night?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
So you might get to see a little clip of that.
Yeah, totally. Okay, and now we're going to bring you guys over to the Fire and Fragrance tent. This is the school that Siobhan and I did last year, and this is awesome.
This is exciting.
We're going to try to sneak in. They're probably in the middle of teaching, but it's a good teaching.
On our way into Fire and Fragrance tent, this is the Rev and Ref tent. What is
called
Rev and Ref?
Revival and Reformation.
And it's like a follow-up school to Fire and Fragrance. So Fire and Fragrance is a discipleship training school. And then once they've done their discipleship training school, if they want to continue on a path of missions and influencing the spheres of society, then they go on to Revival and Reformation, which is a 9-month school that includes intense biblical study.
It's sending people. So the idea with YWAM is that they do short-term missions. You do a 6-month training and a short-term mission. But the goal doesn't end there. We're not stopping with just doing short-term missions trips. We're wanting to train young people to believe and hear a calling from God that they can be a full-time, long-term missionary. That's what this school does. And lots of other schools.
And now you hear the DTS students. There's fire and fragrance down there. Let's go check it out.
Again, the sacred prayer for you. Yes, Lord, we thank you for Dan.
So they're actually having Dan Bauman speak this morning, which is really exciting. He's an amazing long-term YWAMer here. Some of you guys know who Dan Bauman is. If you don't know who he is, he's been with YWAM for a long time, and he's written a couple books that I know of, maybe more.
Okay, so we're gonna bring you guys next to Learning Center.
Here we are at the Learning Center, which is another primary school on campus. This one is teacher-led.
This is where Camden goes to school.
Camden goes to school here. He's in the 8th grade. And this school is built and formed around teaching teachers to come and teach missionally. And so we get a lot of teacher students that are just finishing up their degrees, and they'll come and do their practicum or their internship.
Great training.
Here at this school, and then they graduate, and some of them will go into missions and go teach in other countries.
Yeah, really cool. All right, so we're gonna take you next to, we're gonna take you right past the volleyball court, and we're gonna take you up to the cafeteria.
Yep.
It's one of the biggest facilities we have on campus. I'm gonna take a quick side trip up to show you guys the RTC gym and the trades track where they do all the wood shop stuff, and the farm and the boutique. And then I'll meet back up with Siobhan down here in the cafeteria. Ready? Let's go. Obviously you can see there's a nice big soccer field here. Lots of play happens on there. And we're coming up into the work areas of the campus here. So it's kind of dirty. It's kind of, you know, work. So this right here is the CrossFit gym, and it's active like all the time. It's a very active place, not just here at YWAM, but for the entire community. People come and use this gym. It's a really good opportunity for the coaches to get trained here and begin to share the gospel with people. And what's awesome is they go and learn this training, and they go into other nations with it. They go into this community with it here in Kona, and they're making some huge impact. One specific one that we love right now is the big impact they're making on Kona Waina High School, where this group right here pooled together and raised up money to help renovate that entire school's gym for those kids over there. And it's really cool. All right, I'm gonna bring you guys over to the boutique. This is a really neat area here because, like I said, there's a lot of work that goes on. You see painting sheds, you see supply sheds, and then you see this awesome thrift shop where it's all free, but it's a way where people can drop off their things that they're not using anymore, and people can come and get what they need. Sheets, pillows. Students come in all the time. We have the opportunity to not have to buy stuff all the time. So the boutique has become a very integral part of the campus. All right, it's a long walk, like I said. What I want to take you guys into really quickly is show you the farm, where a lot of the farming for working missionally in rural parts of the world really comes in handy. They do aquaponics here and training for agriculture and teaching people to be sustainable where they're living, teaching missionaries to be sustainable too. This is called the Natural Farm. Also above me, if you can see it, these buildings up here, this is called Hualalai Village. Part of that is owned by YWAM, and a lot of it is long-term missionaries that have been called to serve here in Kona, as well as missionaries that are potentially taking transition or furlough times between bases. So I know currently there's a lot of missionaries up there that are just here for like a year before they go on to a new mission in a new location. It's really cool to see how integral the long-term vision of missionaries sent into the world is. I love that part of it. All right, now I'm not gonna take you too much into this place because this is big and they got a lot of cool stuff going on. Plus, Siobhan's waiting for me on the other side. I'm gonna take you to one more place that's a secret place that not too many people get to show you on the tour, but it's the place that I get to work at a lot. And it's the studio. Come on, let's go. Okay, here's the studio. It's actually pretty outfitted very nicely. We're gonna be changing this whole thing up right now, so it's in disarray. Got a fully functional, like, fully functional isolated sound room. It's really cool. So I had to show you guys that. It's really awesome. Okay, now Siobhan's waiting for me, so let's get back and see her. Okay. So if you can see, there's a lot of construction still going on. We're gonna be renovating the sidewalls on here, so they got ugly boards up, but this is also the center of activity, the cafeteria.
Oh, and look at right here, the most important part of the cafeteria. I'm so glad that you guys get to see this and meet King Louie. Oh, King Louie, hello. How's it going, buddy? You doing okay?
He wants to know if you have food.
He wants to know if I'm gonna feed him. Hi, honey. I've missed you. Where you been? Where you been, Louie boy? Oh, it's so tight.
Oh my gosh, she misses her kitty cat. King Louie is like the cafeteria cat. He chases off any mice and actually chases off any stray cats too. He's a really good cat for this cafeteria. Okay.
Sorry, I had to get my kitty face.
Yeah. So we're going to finish out our time with the tour. Hopefully you guys have seen everything that you can see in this campus. What you haven't seen is the 63 acres over there that I believe just got approved, right? Or
somewhat,
it's still in the middle? Okay.
It's going to be developed in the next few years into more classrooms and things like that. Because we're growing and bursting at the seams.
And the space underneath the cafeteria also is getting finished with classrooms. So there's a lot going on here.
And the hope is to up the hill here.
Oh yeah.
Behind that, so there's a soccer field right behind us, but behind that, eventually there's a plan to be a huge new multimedia center. So there will be like plays and concerts and really cool stuff going on there.
Yeah. So we wanted to take a minute to show you guys this stuff, show you where we're living. And you know, here's the thing, like, we love where we're at, but we want to inspire you guys to be joyful where you're at too. So we just wanted to show you our space. If you guys are interested in YWAM or anything like that, you're always welcome to send us a message. And if you're just new to this channel and seeing us for the first time, you can find us out at TrentandSiobhan.com. You're welcome to support us at patreon.com/everydayfamilyadventure. And
find us on Instagram
anything else
at Everyday Family Adventure.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna let you guys go today. Thank you so much for joining our tour. Remember, we can make the world better.
I believe that we can.
Bye.
Bye.